and welcome back to SBRpicks.com. One of my favorite times of the year is finally here. We are in that NCAA conference playoffs leading up to the big dance next week. We've got Selection Sunday going down tomorrow. I mean, things are really heating up. And speaking of heating up, I'm joined with handicapper Ross Benjamin, who has been on fire so far with his conference tournament picks, going 8-3 so far, and his selections for these games. Ross, we are so happy to have you back with us. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm elated to be with you, Megan. I'm doing very well. I hope the same is for you.
Absolutely. We're doing great down here. Now, we've seen some exciting games so far in the conference tournaments, and a lot of underdogs wins have been coming across the boards. Now, I have a feeling we're going to see a few more upsets before it's all said and done. Like tonight, we've got Georgia Bulldogs facing off with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, UGA has really been picking up the pace in the late season and are looking like a different team since the last time Arkansas defeated them back in early January. Do you think UGA has a chance to cover that 3-point spread as the underdogs in the SEC championship tonight?
I certainly do, Megan. Let's start with that loss to Arkansas in early January. Georgia allowed the Razorbacks to shoot 51% from the field in that game, and they were dominated on the boards by a wide 40-25 margin. Now let's look at their last 6 games. The Bulldogs have gone 5-1 straight up in ATS in those last 6, allowed opponents to score just an average of 62.7 points per contest, and held them to a paltry 37.8% shooting from the field. They also have held a plus 9.7 rebound per game differential during their past 4 games. So they pretty much cleaned up those areas of deficiencies that plagued them in that loss versus Arkansas earlier this year. And just a side note, the only time they lost in the last 6 games was against top-ranked and undefeated Kentucky, 80-72, in a game which was much closer than that final score may indicate. Arkansas is far from playing at a high level over the last 5 games, going 3-2 and allowing opponents to score an average of 77.2 points per game. They're coming off an 80-72 win on Friday over the number 10 seed in the tournament, the Tennessee Volunteers, and it didn't come without any drama. The Razorbacks nearly squandered a 20-point lead in that contest, and were only able to hold off the Volunteers with some stellar free throw shooting in the closing minutes. I like Georgia here, plus the 3 over Arkansas.
Yeah, and I'm agreeing with you there, Ross. All right, so let's throw you another one here and talk about the Pac-12 championship between the Oregon Ducks and the Arizona Wildcats. Now, the Ducks are on a roll here, man. 7 games in a row, but with that being said, they are going up against a monster team here. Arizona, who has beaten out serious teams already this season and have taken 10 games in a row. The lines opened up with Arizona as a 10.5-point favorite in this one, but now those lines have moved up to 12 points in almost every single sports book. Do you think Oregon is motivated enough to cover a double-digit spread in this one?
Well, let's start with the 2 meetings between these clubs this season, which probably is reflective of why this line has gone from 10.5 to 12, Megan. In those 2 contests, Arizona defeated Oregon by 34 and 18 points, respectively. How can Oregon possibly give themselves an opportunity to win this game? Well, if you limit yourself to just looking at what transpired in the 2 games this season between these teams, then you certainly can label the Arizona Wildcats as a proverbial lock. After all, those wide margins of victory certainly don't give you any confidence level with Oregon in this particular matchup. They also held a decisive 74-47 rebounding advantage over the Ducks in those 2 wins. However, it must be noted that both of those games took place way back in January, and like you just alluded to, Oregon 7-0 straight up in ATS in their last 7, and since that loss at Arizona by a 90-56 blowout margin on January 28th, Oregon has won 11 of 12 games heading into today. At the end of the day, Megan, Arizona is clearly the better team in this matchup. It may be in line for a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament with a win tonight, but in spite of that added incentive for the Wildcats, I like the value on the underdog in this game. I'm going to take the Oregon Ducks plus the 12 over Arizona.
All right, I'm liking those, Ross. So there you have it, folks. We got 2 underdog picks for you to cash with tonight. So lock them while you can get them. Thank you so much for that info, Ross, and for coming to talk some more basketball with us today.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me, Megan.
All right, you take care. And to everyone else, good luck with your picks tonight. And until next time, guys, this is Megan Rochester with SBRpicks.com.